Hey there, folks. Felix here. And every time I hear someone say AI is just a fad, I get this weird deja vu, like actual chills down my spine, because, well, we've done this dance before. Think back, if you're old enough to remember when people scoffed at the internet, saying, no one's going to use that thing. Or how about when no one would dream of entering a credit card online because, what, the boogeyman was going to jump out and steal it? Man, wish I had $1 for every time someone said that. And look, Sears, a total giant, is gone. But Amazon? Sitting pretty at $2 trillion. That gap, that shift, it's wild. The same script, just a different cast, played out with cloud storage too. 15 years ago, folks said, no way, your data is going to get hacked. And now we're all running around, phones in hand, with entire clouds worth of info in our pockets like it's nothing. So I tell my students, yeah, I still teach high school economics, old habits die hard. When we watch cringy old 90s talk shows mocking the web, they always laugh. But I gotta stop them and say, look, in every tech cycle, there are always the naysayers. Every single time. Thing is, history doesn't just rhyme. It paints the same picture again and again if you squint. So if you're hearing those skeptical voices about AI right now, good. It means opportunities on our doorstep. The trick is learning to recognize where it hides. Let me take you behind the curtain for a second. People say AI is just chatbots. Nah, it's more like a 5-layer onion. Stick with me, I know it sounds odd. First, you got your big names, OpenAI, Meta, Google, Microsoft. They're the faces, right? But here's the thing. OpenAI, not even public. And with the rest, so much of their value is baked in already. You buy those stocks now? You're buying a headline, not the revolution beneath it. Now, layer 2, quantum computing. Oh man, this stuff, it confounded me the first time I heard about it. But the numbers are wild. Amazon's rolling out this Ocelot chip, says it cuts quantum error costs by 90%. Microsoft's got Majorana 1. Yes, makes me think of Italian cheese, but it's the world's first topological qubit processor. Basically, these machines can solve billions of problems all at once, stuff classical computers can only dream about. Billions in investment, folks. Not hype, not sci-fi anymore. It's being built right now. Next up, layer 3, data centers. People talk about the cloud like it's some floating magical wisp. Truth is, it's ugly metal buildings, racks of computers, chugging away, burning through power like nobody's business. The big dogs, Microsoft, Amazon, Alphabet, Meta, they're dropping over $300 billion into these things. And get this, Lunar Data Holdings is planning a data center on the moon. For real. Why? It's cold, stable, no storms, no humans. I don't know if it's practical or bonkers genius, but if Bezos thinks it could work, you better believe there's something heating up. Layer 4, and here's where I got schooled at a local tech hub. I always figured data centers just had mega fans. Nope. When a whole row of servers cooked themselves because the air cooling failed, sounded like popcorn, but not nearly as fun. I realized liquid cooling is the real hero. Companies like Vertiv and Modine are up big because liquid cooling keeps those warehouses running. It's way more efficient, and that market, growing 45% a year. I had no clue what liquid cooling even was until I saw what happens when you don't have it. Now, honestly, these are the names you want on your radar if you're thinking about the backbone, the literal plumbing of AI. Which brings me to, honestly, the core of investing. Are you just riding the wave, or are you steering your own ship? I always tell folks, if you just buy and hold, be patient, you'll probably do all right. Let's do some quick math since, well, I can't stop being a teacher. Start with $100,000, put in $1,000 a month, get 10% a year, and 30 years later you're looking at around $4 million. That's just showing up and compounding. But what if you dig a little deeper, get even a 1% edge? 11% instead of 10, suddenly it's close to 5 million. That's almost $1 million more just because you paid attention to what's underneath the obvious plays. That's why when a Wall Street mentor looked at my first portfolio and kind of winced, Felix, why are you holding that ugly thing? It made me dig in. I studied what makes a real edge, looked at the infrastructure, asked, Where's the hidden money in the next revolution? That moment changed how I teach and invest for life. So let me wrap up with a challenge. Next time you see a new tech, ask not just, what can I buy, but who's building the picks and shovels? Where's the quiet money flowing? AI's hype might capture headlines, but it's the folks stacking chips in data centers, cooling, and computing that'll be laughing all the way to the bank. And if you, like me, want more than just being along for the ride, start sharpening your mindset now, because this AI revolution is only just peeling back its first layers. Stick around, plenty more to dig into on the next episode.